Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Ahdurin region. I'm your host, Ahdurin himself, and you are watching part 2 of my Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team Nuzlocke / Walkthrough, etc. edition. As I mentioned, I think I mentioned this in the first episode, that I am bulk recording these. So this is part 2. It's happening immediately after part 1. I haven't changed anything. So the next morning, let's find out what's up. Have I woken up? Am I human again? I'm gonna take a note. I'm still the same. The way I look, I'm still a Meowth. I got the whiskers, the teeth, and everything. But why would I be transformed into a Pokemon? And why a Meowth of all of them? I don't understand this at all. I feel groggy and sleepy. I'm not feeling well. I need sleep. So you can briefly go and explore. There's not much here. You can see a couple of hints and game options and stuff like that. But really, it's heavily implied that you should go to sleep. Now, I only want to sleep. I'll rest in bed. So this is teaching you how to save, basically, when you're not in the middle of a dungeon. You can just explore around here. You get some water, some food, like a mini bed, I guess this is. I'm not exactly sure what this is. A table. You know, your friends can sit down. You can play cards, something like that. I don't know. Nice windows, nice ventilation, and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, sleep is the most important thing. So, it teaches you how to save your adventure. It'll save here. And it should save eventually. And there we go. Ugh. One of the best lines in the series. Oof. I'm feeling refreshed. I don't know why that's one of my favorite lines. But it's hilarious for some reason. I still look like a Pokemon, but at least it's a Meowth. I can take a cat nap. Ha! I hope there was a drum roll in there. Something like a bird roll or whatever. Oh, that's right. That Pokemon. I think it was Volt, right? That was his name? We made a promise to form a rescue team together. I wonder what Volt's doing. I should go outside. So you can go back and save. I'm not going to. Let's go outside. Oh my goodness gracious. Huh? Oh no! Sorry. I was so excited I came out here at dawn to wait for you. I must have snoozed off. Anyway, today marks the start of our rescue team. Let's always do our best. But anyway, we don't have any job offers yet. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah! Maybe there's something in the mailbox. We'll check the mailbox. The mailbox contained a rescue team starter set. I knew it'd be in there. It's the rescue team starter set. They always give you one if you start a rescue team. Inside the rescue team starter set, there was a rescue team badge. There was a toolbox inside. There was also an issue of Pokemon News inside. Yes, there's some good things here. First off, the rescue team badge. Volt, you want to take away the explanation so that I don't have to, even though I'm using your voice? It shows that we're a rescue team. This is a toolbox. Use it for carrying items you find in dungeons. Let's put the stuff Butterfree gave us in here for now. Items are very useful, so let's use them on our adventures. And finally, a copy of the Pokemon News. It's useful for rescue teams. I'll put the Pokemon News in the mailbox. You should read it later on. Anything else? Is there any other mail? Maybe not. Bolt checked the mailbox. But the mailbox was empty. Okay, so there isn't any mail for us after all. If there were any rescue team jobs, we would be getting mail, but nobody knows about us since we're such a new team. What's this? Pelipper! I guess you deliver mail. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? What'd you put in the mailbox? Oh, I wonder what that could be. Could it be mail? Could it be a rescue job? I'm going back to bed. Good night. No, I'm kidding. Alright, I guess. So Pikachu's just here. You can't leave. Ahdurin, please check the mailbox. And you can't, like, you can briefly explore. You got a nice lawn here. Don't even have to mow it, because it seems like it never gets cut. Also, if you open the mailbox on any other side, it says open the mailbox at the front. And I never knew this for the longest time. Because I played this game, like, 10 times, but I always just naturally went to the mailbox. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's just open the mailbox. Maybe it's a rescue job offer. What does it say? Let me read. Let me get my reading glasses on. Bzz, bzz, bzz. I heard about you from Caterpie. Please, we need your help. Magnemite is in trouble. A strange electromagnetic wave flowed through a dungeon, and it stuck together Magnemite and Magnemite. That isn't enough to form a Magneton. It's not complete the way it is now. Please, we need help. Bzz, bzz, bzz. from Magnemite's friend. How do you think that sounds? What do you think? Do you think we should go? You know, I got this human thing I'm trying to figure out. I don't feel like it. Let's not go. What? Huh? Why? It's our first job. Let's go. But I don't want to. I want to sleep and find out why I am a cat and not a human. Oh no, look, it's... Alright, so he's gonna say the same thing over and over again. This is the mandatory first job that you have to do to learn how to be a rescue... I was about to say rescue ranger, but that's not what we are. A rescue team... Yeah. So, let's go. Let's figure this out. That's the spirit. Let's do our best. Hacha. And then we're going over the Thunderwave Cave. Seems like here's Magnemite. Oh, you are here. Bzz, bzz, bzz. My friends are inside this cavern. Bzz, bzz, bzz. My friend should be on B6F. Please help them. Bzz, 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 bzz. Basement 6th floor, I think that's what it's supposed to mean, or something. Bottom 6th floor. Alright, let's go in. Let's figure this out. Defeat foes using moves instead of A attacks for more experience points. Choose and set the move you want to use. I mentioned this earlier. You can set your moves to make it a little bit easier to use rather than going to the moves menu and clicking on the moves over and over again. This dungeon is a lot harder in retrospect to Tiny Woods in that, you know, these guys can actually do more than 1 damage and stuff like that. Also, I am holding an item. I don't want to be holding this. So I'm going to take that and put it back in the box. Any move like that does a movement, as you can see by Rattata over here. Objectives. You can see here again the mission objectives. You have to rescue Magnemite. So, with that said, let's go and attack. Rattata picked up an apple. Don't pick up the apple. That's my apple. So let's find out what an apple does. Eating an apple or gummy fills your belly. Choose them under items in the menu and eat one before your belly gets empty. So for dungeons where your hunger might be an issue, you can eat apples or gummies, as they mentioned. We'll probably find one sooner or later. And eat those to heal up. Now you can see here different abilities that Pokemon have. For example, if I don't knock out this Poochyena, it has Run Away, which allows it to run away. It's technically terrified, and as a result, it won't attack or anything like that. Full grew to level 8. Oh my gosh, you were leveling up quick. And you learned Thunderwave. Awesome. Coolio. You don't need to Thunderwave stuff, however. Let's see, we've already picked up Oran Berries, and you guys remember that Oran Berries heal 100 instead of 10, which makes them a lot more useful. Another apple, always nice to pick up. I'm generally, if I see an item, I'm going to pick it up. That's just how I am. Oh, I should probably explain what these are. These items here change your stats back to normal. So, for example, if you've been growled by an enemy Pokemon and your attacks are lower, it will carry on until either you step on one of these or you go to the next floor. This will do the same thing, however, for raised stats. So if you increase your attack, let's say Sword Stance, and you step on that, it will go back to normal. So right here, since I don't have anything, my stats appear unchanged. It won't make a difference. Somebody's bound to use Growl or something at me sooner or later. So, or I could just one-hit KO everybody. That's cool. You can see Pokemon here are sleeping. They won't bother you until you bother them, which is nice if you don't feel like attacking everybody. Oh, sugar. Take that. Great. Let's go to B2F. Choose a partner with the team command and set its tactics with IQ. Cooperation with partner is key. This is useful sometimes. Also, I picked up an item that you can see there. Due to my, I don't know what I'm doing. Due to my ability, I was able to randomly grab an item. I think it's from somewhere else in the dungeon and pick it up. So it makes it a little bit easier. We get a lot more items. So this is kind of good for my playstyle. I play with a lot of items and stuff like that. So it's nice to be able to do that. There are different tactics and IQ. So for example, let's see here. If we go to Volt and his go-to is IQ, we've mentioned these before. Dedicated Traveler, for example, focus on moves and items less offense, focus on traveling. But at the same time, there are different tactics, such as go after foes, avoid the first hit. So this will, let's go together, means he'll follow me. Go after foes means he'll start charging after that Nidoran over there, for example. And avoid the first hit, he'll try to avoid battle at all costs. So you can see here, he's not listening to me. He's going to go and run right after that Nidoran and take the fight. I should probably go help. You can see Tail Whip there, for example, lower his defense. And you can see it's going to keep that defense lowering until I go to the next floor, at which point it no longer has it. Hold B, then press the arrow keys to speed up movement. Hold R, then press the arrow keys to move only diagonally. So you can see here, if I press R, I can move diagonally. Also, I picked up another item. That's nice. I'm gonna take that. Let's go to the next floor. I'm not here. I'm not going to explore the dungeons here because I might actually have a chance of losing. In this dungeon, it's a little bit more difficult, as you've seen by the moves. Eat an apple or gummy when your belly goes down. Being famished can cause fainting, so check your belly in the menu. Cool. I found an item. Also, you are still attacking everybody. Thundershock isn't going to do a lot. Pikachu, don't you know type matchups? If you press, I believe it is Y. Yeah, you'll be able to stare directly at an enemy Pokemon. Makes it a lot easier instead of trying to like diagonalize it. I grew to level 7. Awesome. More stats. Whoop-de-doo-da-day. I should probably change you back to let's go together. There are tactics involved, again, with if you want to like chase after people or go in like a particular feature or want them to stand in a certain place. There's different tactics that you can use. So here, for example, as I've mentioned before, Growl is going to decrease my attack stat. Volt is level 9. My gosh, you are leveling up so quickly. But if we step on these, our stats go back to normal. It's a nice way to deal with stats being lowered and stuff like that. Cherry Berry, cool. That heals paralysis, if I'm not mistaken. Here we are at B6F.
Oh, there they are. Let's get them out of there safely.
Our bodies separated. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Rejoice. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Yay. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Yay. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Oh, okay. Be thankful, you two. You are a hero. Thank you. Bzz, bzz. We got 500 Poke, which is a solid amount. We also received the Reviver Seed. I mentioned this before. This revives a Pokemon that faints in the middle of a dungeon. Instead of restarting from the very beginning, you'll just revive right there. That will turn into a plain seed after that, after its one use. And you receive a Raw Berry, I believe, that heals burns. And peace out. Cool. Squad up. Alright.
I'm glad our rescue mission went well today. Actually, since that was our first job as a proper rescue team, I was really tense and nervous. I'm exhausted now. I've got to get some sleep. Let's keep up our good work tomorrow. See ya.
So that's generally the idea of what happens when you complete a mission. You'll get some rewards and stuff like that. And you do one dungeon a day. Then you go back, take a nap, and wake up the next day. I'm going to save my adventure. Thank you so much for watching this episode of... Yeah, wait, are we stopping now? I haven't checked my time. Let's check the time. You know what? Let's go for more. Let's figure out some more. Let's save the adventure. Let's figure out what's going on. Forget ending the episode. We're going all out. Meanwhile, while he's asleep. Where am I? Maybe... Is this a dream? This is one of the worst dreams I've had. It's just green space. Like, I like the color green, but like... Wait. There's someone here. Can you guys see it? Not me. There's somebody else there. Who is it? Is that someone I know? I can't remember. I'm not sure. I think I dreamt something, but I don't remember what that dream was about. Oh well, today's another day of rescues. I wonder if I have any mail. Better check the mailbox. Okay, so there wasn't actually anybody there, but that's supposed to hint at the future plot, because apparently you are a lot better than you think you are. Maybe, hypothetically. Alright, let's leave. Bye. Oops. I better check the mail. Yeah, let's check the mail. Cool. I checked the mailbox, but there was no mail. Wah, 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 wah.
Good morning, Ahdurin. Aren't you up early? Oh, so you checked the mailbox. So was there anything? Were there any rescue requests? Empty? Huh, I suppose so. We've only just started after all. Well, too bad. Want to go to Pokemon Square? I think we go to the Pelipper Post Office. That's a tongue twister. There'll be jobs posted. Pokemon Square's over this way. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pokemon Square. So Volt's going to go over all of the different places. I'm not going to speak in Volt's voice. I'm going to briefly go over them myself. This is Kekuion's shop. You can buy and sell items there. The green one, you can buy regular items. The purple one, which is the green's brother, That's not the shiny form of Kecleon, by the way, in case you didn't know that. That's just a purple Kecleon. That Pokemon, you can buy orbs, which are used in different dungeons and stuff like that, and you can buy TMs and HMs and stuff like that. I think TMs mostly. This is Felicity Bank. There's a Persian there. That's my mother, actually. I don't know if that's my mother. It might be a father, or it might not be neither. It's a Persian. We know that. You can save your money there because it's good to have a bank. This is Gulpin Link Shop. Gulpin can link moves for you. What linking is, well, I'll explain it myself. You can use moves at the same time. So, for example, if I linked Scratch and Growl together, I would use Scratch and then Growl at the same time. So you can use two moves at once, which is really nice. It uses a power point for each move, but you can do strategies such as like you can Tail Whip and then Scratch, so that'll do extra damage because their defense is lowered. Different strats like that. Yeah, here. You can ask Gulpin if you want to know more. I already know about that. That's Kangaskhan's storage. If you store items there, they'll never go missing. So storing important items, because if you go to a dungeon and lose, I believe you lose half of your items and all of your money, or half your items, half your money, some sort of distribution like that. So that's why you should store items, because otherwise you will lose them. Plus, we don't have a very big toolbox.
So, what do you think? The businesses here help us. Oh, and there's also the Pelipper Post Office. That's up past here. I think we can get some information on rescue jobs. Let's first go to the Pelipper Post Office.
So yeah, this is your opportunity to go and explore. If you go up north, you can see here, this is Wishcash Pond, with the old man Wishcash here.
I've heard fissures have opened up in the ground here and there. They're trouble for everyone. It worries me to no end, thinking that children will fall down in them.
Use a grandpa voice for them. I like that. I haven't really thought about the voices for a lot of these characters. For some of them, I have a general idea, but for others, I don't. Also, if you go down here, this is a building. There appears to be no one inside. What? There's a notice posted in the back. Under construction, keep out the Makuhita Dojo. This is the place where you'll be able to train without needing to go into dungeons and just waste time. You could train in the dojo instead as many times as you want, and I'll explain that more once it opens up. But for right now, let us go to each of the shops. So Kecleon. Hello, welcome to Kecleon Shop. I think I'll go that, yeah. Very well, feel free to examine my merchandise. So you can see apples, cherry berries, orange berries, pecha berries, blast seeds, which if you eat them, they'll blast fire at the person in front of you. That does a lot of damage, somewhat. Stun seeds, if you throw them at somebody, it'll stun them. Reviver seeds, we've explained them before, but they cost a lot of money. May I help you with anything else? Thank you. Please call. I won't do the voices for those guys, for like the shopkeepers, because they say the same thing again most of the time. Welcome to Kecleon. Where's the orbs and TMs? So you can see here, he's got a lot of TMs. Bullet Seed, Light Screen, Secret Power, and an Escape Orb. The Escape Orb is used. You can escape from a dungeon without paying the penalty. Moves like Bullet Seed, I know they're not normally good in the main series games, but multi-hit moves in this game are really, really good. Because they A, do a lot of damage, and B, they hit up to 5 times, which is really good. You'll see, I bet that in this playthrough, I'm probably going to lose either myself or my partner to a Bullet Seed or a Fury Swipes especially. Those are terrible moves to see. So may I assist you in any other way? No, it's cool, we're good. I'm gonna go to Persian Bank here, Felicity Bank. I'm going to store all of my money because I don't need any of it right now. That's cool. We'll go to Kangaskhan's storage as well. So here you can store all of your items. You can choose by pressing L and R. You can just pick as many items as you want. I am going to go through and just store everything. I don't need any of this stuff right now because all of the dungeons are relatively easy. So it's all good. And then as soon as you can just obviously go in and then just take them out. You can choose more than one. It'll have the number in there, so if you wanted 2 apples, you would have to go press the apple button twice. It's a bit odd looking at future games, for example. They change that up a lot, but it's pretty good right now. We went north, we went south. The west is the house, east is the Pelipper Post Office. I'm going to talk to these guys. I have no idea what these voices are.
I don't know why, but there's been a lot of natural disasters lately. A lot of Pokemon have gone. I don't like this voice. Wild and violent because disasters have scared them. It's a mean world out there.
There was a forest fire not too long ago. It was terrible. Luckily, Blastoise and Feraligatr were able to douse it quickly. But it could have been much worse if they were slower getting there.
cool. I want to use a Snubble voice because Snubble sounds like Schnubble. Oh, pardon, or the Pelipper Post Office? The Pelipper Post Office would be straight down this path. It's out of the Cape. You can't miss it. I'll figure out a voice for those characters. These guys are generally minor characters. Most of the guys in this place are minor characters. For the major characters, like Wishcast, for example, I have a clear voice for them. These guys won't have too much to say. Volt, meanwhile, has a lot to say.
That building is the Pelipper Post Office.
The music of this game is amazing. I think so. Just if you want to spend time just listening to the music, it's amazing to listen to, especially later on in dungeon music.
Anyway, this is where information is gathered from Pokemon needing rescues in various locations. See? Have a look at this bulletin board. It lists rescue jobs. Check it out.
So if you go to the bulletin board, you can see here a lot of different rescue jobs. Asking for help about all sorts of things. Some might ask for items. Some might ask you to be like an escort to them inside a certain dungeon, stuff like that. I'm just going to accept all of these. You can accept up to 8 jobs at a time. I'm going to go with that.
See? There were jobs listed, right? To do a rescue job, you first select it with accept. Then on the job list, choose the job, then confirm it with take job to go on that rescue mission. If you don't select take job, you can't do that rescue job, even if you go to the dungeon. I'm not sure why that works, but apparently that works. Since we're just starting up, we should handle the jobs that are posted here. Our team name will get better known by doing that. I think that'll bring more job offers to our mailbox. And if you want to go on a rescue mission, choose the job on the job list, then select take job. Try to always do that before you leave.
Cool. You can see here, if you go into Pelipper Post Office, this is a lot of like the multiplayer stuff. You can send gifts, or if you're stuck in a dungeon, you can ask another person to help, stuff like that. You can also, if you have 2 jobs at the same dungeon, if you accept both of them, you will be able to do both of them because they're on different floors. The game makes sure that that happens so that you don't end up doing 2 things at the same floor.
Yep.
So if we head on back, that pretty much wraps it up. This is basically a point where you would want to, you're going to do some jobs solo. If you go to the left here, these are friend areas, which we will explain more in depth. But right now, all we have is Eastern Forest here for the Energetic Forest. That'll be explained much more if I go back to the square. This spot here is empty, and you may have noticed that. This spot will be filled eventually, and you'll see what that'll be filled with once we get to that point. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, this episode is going on a little bit longer, so I'm going to go save right here. Thank you very much for watching this episode and for supporting the channel in any way, shape, or form that you do. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care. I wonder who's going to fill up that spot.